That's outrageously good form against Featherstone and in really good form all season this year. But Ian Watson back for Swinton as well to give them a little bit of stability and know-how around the park in the middle. There's our referee tonight, Chris Leatherbarrow. We will have the video ref as we always do on a Thursday night. No Smithy this week. Ian Smithy's away, but Peter Brook is his able deputy who we'll be hearing from throughout the evening if required. You never know, we might even get a night when the referee points his finger at every given opportunity. Swinton with the early possession here in this opening set, looking to establish a little bit of dominance here. Hawkyard is the man who's gone from dummy half, who's going to be tackled right there, short of that 20 metres. So here they come, the big fellas, through the middle, trying to make this impact. Up to dummy half goes Mark Smith now, collection by him. Doncaster's defence bringing it in, making sure no real advantage gain here in these early stages. Samir Taroui on his second match with that drive. Here comes the kick. It's going to be too long, is it? Yes, it is. It bounces out of play and it will be a tap back on the 20. So, what do we make of that opening set?
Yeah, it was a good opening set from Swinton and just a bit too much juice on the kick from Mark Smith, which gives Doncaster a free 20 metres on the restart.
Go.
So Doncaster with their chance to get their hands on the ball for the very first time. Lee Waterman playing at full-back tonight despite wearing the number 4. He's the man who runs off from dummy half. Left it comes to Chris Spur, who's threatening to make a break. Now we owe him an apology, Chris Spur, because earlier in the year when we covered him, I gave his age. I won't put this blame on anybody else. I gave his age as 38 going on 39. Well, he's not. He's a lot younger than that.
And which two people looked at you incredulously when you said he was 39?
But kept the mouth shut. Yeah. Here comes Cook with a kick. Oh, it's a decent one as well. A little bounce in the air that causes problems for Ormsby, but he has dealt with it in the end.
He did well, didn't he, Ormsby?
He got a lot of ribbing the next day, apparently, in training. Did Chris Spur about that? So I've been asked to point out that he might not be 39, but he's still going very bald on top. He's got a little island on the top of his head, apparently. So have a look out for that. So Swinton with a chance to bring it out again. Neil Holland, one-time Blackpool player, of course, who's driven it forward.
Started his career at Wigan.
Yeah. Here's Smith. Has a little look around and decides to plough down that blind side. It's taken on by Darren Hawkyard. 10 metres short of the halfway line still. It's going to be the kick here, which is taken in the end by Waterman. He's done reasonably well and runs it back to that 20-metre mark again. Hendo, I don't think we've heard from you before since the start of this game, have we? What have you made of these early stages?
Oh, you know, both teams, like you said, have been pretty conservative in what they've been doing. Just, you know, completing the sets, getting to the end of sets and get to their kicks. So I said no errors so far, but both teams still just filling each other out. Here comes Big Waller now.
Brett Waller.
Good feet for a big man.
6'5" and plenty of stone, isn't he? But he does a job. Here comes Kirk, just threatening to unleash one of those big passes and then takes them on, having tried to sell the dummy. Darren Hawkyard brings him down. Still about 25 metres away, but Doncaster beginning to threaten here. Helped on by Fawcett and effort made by Castle. Fifth tackle, here comes the last. And it was a man for dummy half, they put him through. It's Spur who scores.
Great ball, Paul Cook.
And Chris Spur is the man who's on the end of it, and Doncaster have that opening score with 3.5 minutes played.
Tippy forelock to Paul Cook. Great unders play at the line, delayed the pass right to the last minute. He just had to run through a hole. Great pass.
Yep, good decision as well. He sees Ainscough just leaves the scene there and goes out for the man assignment. To be fair, that was 4-on-4 here. They had numbers.
Yeah.
And Ainscough just makes a defensive wrong read there. Poor decision. And, but like you said, the beauty of Paul Cook there, he goes to the line, stops the sliding defence, and then like you said, he almost sort of double pumps a little bit. Looks like he's going to go for that long pass, which he's famous for, isn't he? That face pass. And then obviously just hits the short ball to Spur there. So
well, that's a sign of a good half, though. You always think they're going to do something that they don't do. You've got to have that element of deception. It showed earlier the threat. He carried the ball. He carried the ball 30 metres. Got the fend out and kept him off, and then he showed his sublime skills. Great pass.
And from that range over his entire career, he's been devastating, hasn't he? Either taking them on himself or, as you say, with a short pass, a late pass, a long pass. 10 metres out, 15 metres out. He's been one of the delights to watch over the years, hasn't he?
He's a skillful player.
Here comes the conversion attempt, which Aims to turn the 4 into a 6. It's just lobbed between the posts really by Sanderson. Just put his foot underneath it and sticks it through. Just rehearsing his next one, I think. But 6 points to 0. And Doncaster begin this game where they left off against Featherstone.
Yeah, I think Martin Ainscough won't be over-thrilled with what he sees there. He's jumped off his man before he needed to because they were numbered up, but give all the credit. You see, the big threat with Paul Cook is you always think he's going to kick the ball there, and he won't. He might just take off on you or find a pass like that, and that's that element of doubt he places in defenders' minds.
He goes on that considerable list of players who might have had more international honours in hindsight, isn't he? You know, you look back at career, Tommy Martin is the one that everybody mentions, but Paul Cook's another one, isn't he, who you think, why did he never play as often as he might have done? Why did he never play as often as he might have done?
Probably it's a question better for Paul Cook. You know, he says himself he's been challenged throughout his career in relation to behavioural issues, I suppose, you know, but his form and why does a lot of people don't get picked, you know, it's a matter of opinion.
Scott, who's scrambled up there. Swinton need to get their heads on here because they were on the end of a pretty hefty result against Batley on Sunday, 46-10 they lost. They actually kept Batley scoreless for the first half an hour, and it was a flurry of tries. I think it was 5 tries in 11 minutes that took Batley away from him in the end. But that might have dented confidence the way that game went and the way this has started as well. Here's Ormsby to run it back. Running into a collection of defenders led by Waller.
He's a good athlete, isn't he, Ormsby? Rig on him.
I think he is dual red. There's a lot of vague grey areas about Swinton.
Yes,
Warrington players, whether they're dual red, whether they've signed full time, whether they're on loan. But he certainly has his roots in Warrington anyway, let's say that. Here comes Smith throwing it left. Harvey's going nowhere. And Smith waits at dummy half again. Here it comes, Watson. Left a boot to ball. It's a chase back here for Sanderson, who's looking to keep it.
Made a good decision there, I think. He's going to have a fumble at it and a fiddle at it and a little tweak at it, and just might have cost his team there. So, walk to the scrum. Great kick from Watson. And that's that element of probing his team around the field that Gary.
Is this a 40-20, by the way?
No, I think he was outside the 40.
He was outside.
You were getting excited then, weren't you?
I was. I thought it was very close, actually, though.
Endo would have gone off. 40-20!
You're right, I would have got excited.
So Doncaster back in possession, 7 minutes played now. Donny leading 6-0. Let me draw your attention again. If you just joined us for the start of the game, you might have missed the promotion we were giving in the build-up here tonight. The fact that we've got this Origin weekend here on Premier Sport coming up on the 21st of June. Starts on the 21st of June, 6 p.m. And then it's just back-to-back Origin games all weekend, literally all weekend, with a couple of live NRL matches thrown in right through till first thing Monday morning. So get home from work Friday night, go back to work bleary-eyed Monday morning.
That is top telly.
Here's Fawcett. It's going to be Carl Trout. If you go on the Premier Sport website, by the way, you can find out all the details of all the games that are being shown, because you might not have the stamina to watch them all, to be fair. You might want to pick and choose. Here comes Cook with a kick. Ormsby's underneath it again. He seems to have been drawn into the action quite a bit.
Lost it.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why.
Spilled it.
Well, could be a costly error, this one, for Swinton.
It was a great kick from Cook.
Under pressure as well.
Yeah.
There was 3 or 4 Swinton players shot out the line and put the kick pressure on, and he still managed to get a great hoof on it, didn't he, and put it where it needed to be.
Never been a kick too high, Hendo.
No, absolutely not, mate. Especially with a good kick chase team that there was there from the Dons. Put Ormsby around the pressure and he comes up the fumble.
There's no law in the game that says you can't kick the ball as high as you want.
Here's Cook with a feed.
True.
Suddenly there's an opportunity here as Waterman joins in the line from full back. Will take them on. He's targeted and put down. But here's Emmett, stands and waits. They've got a few numbers here. They don't need all of them because Cowling will just
Too easy.
jiggle his way through for a second at Doncaster try. But obstruction is a question that's being posed here by Chris Leatherbarrow. So for the first time tonight, let's hear from our guest video referee, Peter Brook. Peter, it's over to you.
Okay, having a look to see if the runner going through. Having a look to see if the player obstructed the defensive line as they ran through. Yeah, happy to give that one now. Okay, Chris. Yeah, it's a try.
Nice to get an easy one, isn't it, for your first one?
Yeah, I think even we'd have got that one right in the box, under the pressure. I think the question was, did Sammy Tarui get obstructed, but he clearly gave himself up anyway.
Not a chance, mate. Look, at the end of the day, it's poor readjustment from Swinton, to be fair. You know, they come here, they make the tackle here, and they just don't get the numbers across, and Doncaster exploit that. They had plenty of space to work with. 4v3 situation here, and, you know, Fawcett finds the right pass to the right man there who's into space, and, you know, pretty simple try in the end there, Bron.
Yeah, well, Dan Cowling won't score an easy one tonight. I might be proved wrong, but it was an easy try, wasn't it?
So 10-0 already, more than a point a minute, and it might be getting worse here because a chance to add another 2. His yellow boots have proved effective so far. Here it comes, left-footed, a little skip as he kicked that as well, but he has got it, he has got it. So 2 out of 2, and 12 points to 0. Doncaster now lead.
Just doesn't seem like Swinton have got going yet, does it? Here we see they're just a little bit, get their numbers wrong. Tarui's late coming in, so that attracts the attentions of Craig Harvey and just numbers, as Hendo says. But they look like a team that lacks a little bit of confidence at the start of this game, Swinton. They need something to go right for them.
Well, he's just setting things up for later. It's Thursday night. Oh, that's a good kick from Hawkyard, and very nearly got the result. Waller just about caught it and brings it back.
I would hate to describe Waller as a ballerina, but he was tip-tapping on that back line. For a 25-stone bloke, he was a ballerina.
Bit of stress on the ankles there, weren't there? But he did well, he did very well. Have a look at this again. Just, oh, is he? Just about keeps in play. Well done, Brett Waller. So Doncaster playing with all the confidence at the moment, as Waller takes it in again.
Making easy moves as well.
Here's Emmett, quickly up from dummy half, a couple of grabs. Smith is the man who eventually makes the telling contact and pulls him down, but all the momentum is here again. Cook from that right will kick to the left. More pressure here on Ormsby, but it's going to be left instead for Hawkyard to take it. A little bit of a slip, but he's caught it safely enough, and boy, did they need to patch that one.
They needed to stay safe, and they probably need to either kick a touchline or slow the game down after the end of this one, or find themselves some momentum.
It's a good effort by Ormsby bringing it back.
Emmett's caused some trouble early in the game, hasn't he? Little darts and dummy half.
Yeah, he's picked the ball up, but again, for me, the Doncaster forwards, as we see a bit of a half break here now from Williams.
Opportunity, but Doncaster's defence covering up safely enough down that left-hand side. But they're in their opposition territory here, Swinton. Mark Smith, Watson. So, might have been a little bit of crossing there. Was another, wasn't on the hand, will knock it down. Might have prevented a try-scoring, a real try-scoring opportunity there.
Well, Watson with the smart play not to try and blow his load and go for the intercept, one of the Swinton players here. Finds a tunnel ball to Darren Hawkyard, who just couldn't quite find his centre because they were down the sideline. So I think Sanderson's had a punt at this and needed to. He was heavily outnumbered and on his own.
Absolutely.
One or 2 hands, falling. It's out.
Lee Waterman was standing in the full-back's position, but it would have been 2-3 on 1, wouldn't it, had that gone to hand. Here's Williams, Rhys Williams, a little bit of footwork, another of those who has the Warrington connections, the Welsh international. It's Tarui, with a good carry forward from Tarui. Good leg drive. So Smith at dummy half is up and sharp. Here comes Hawkyard. Darren Hawkyard, who's almost through, just dragged down, but Swinton's best chance of the night here. Certainly their best position of the night so far. Switched across to that left-hand side. Here's an opportunity. Quick hands needed from Williams. Couldn't get it away. It went forward.
Great work there. Great work from Dennis Tufel there. He had to close the play there. They had, they shifted the point of attack there, and they got on the outside there and created some numbers. And I say Tufel had to make the shot there on Williams.
I'm not sure he was too sure about the shot he was making there. I think Rhys Williams just couldn't quite get the ball in and get it away at the time. But maybe it was a distraction with Dennis Tufel in the end. He probably, in the end, made the right decision. But I think it was much about not quite executing the skill.
Oh, here comes Tufel. No, he doesn't. Oh, it's gone to ground. Penny. What's happening here? I apologise in advance, but there were 2 men then on 2-4, so it was 2 for the price of 1 again.
Oh, God.
It's the line we got in last time, and it's you never get tired of that, do you?
Some of us do. That's a knock on by Penny, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So here's Waterman taking them on. 30 metres out from the Doncaster goal line and making further progress here. Liam Kay. One-time Leeds and Bradford Academy lad Liam Kay. He's on dual reg from Wakefield, who Doncaster have their tie-in with, of course. Here's Emmett.
Making easy meters out of the Doncaster.
Yeah, I said that before, you know, that they're making too many easy meters. The forwards are certainly getting on their fronts, and that's allowing, like you say, Emmett to get out and probe a little bit.
Emmett again, looking left to Cook. Cook to Spur. Spur suddenly finds the shoulder of Neil Holland heading his way. So he's put down decisively. 25 out, and here comes the final tackle. Cook again. This time he does kick, just rolls it towards that in-goal area, but picked up by Richie Hawkyard, and he can sprint through! Richie Hawkyard's through! 2-4's after him, but Hawkyard stretches the legs, doesn't fancy going the distance, puts the kick in. Here comes the chase, here comes Penny, we know how quick he is. 2-4 picks it up.
Why did he kick it? I know why he kicked it, but why did he kick it?
Well, he knew he had Kevin Penny on his outside herring down, but...
2-4's done his hamstring here. Chasing back, hasn't he?
Why did he kick it? I know why he kicked it. Yeah, Henry, help me. Why did he kick it? What play one?
Play one. That's what I'm saying. You want to build some pressure. What he says.
Great break from Hawkyard. He's gone. I'd like to see him keep going. Back yourself, back yourself, back yourself, or pass the ball. Go to your support players.
Or just take.
There's also risk on the. I understood, and our viewers will clearly see what he wanted to do for Penny because he's so blisteringly quick.
Well, he might have twinged his hamstring. I don't think he's pulled it after all, has he? Because he'd be off the field if he pulled it, but it was a little awkward 2-4. That's a kick.
He twinged his lungs. Speed he had to chase.
Well, he done well to get back there, 2-4, to be fair.
Real well.
He done real well to get back there. But, you know, again, like you said, you know, Swinton haven't had a lot of field position, have they? And like you said, if they took the tackle there, they get the full set of 6, you know, attacking the Dons on and giving them an opportunity to build some pressure there on the line. But, like you say, you know, if that play comes off, it's try time, it's, you know, c'est la vie.
Yeah, well, a couple of things. It wasn't a criticism. I'm just saying kick it further. With Kevin Penny to pick it up cleanly, just put an bad off break and came back on him, didn't it?
Awkward bounce, wasn't it? And he just didn't have the footballing skills to kick it forward himself.
That's Glenn Riley. He's taken play just inside that Doncaster half.
It's a nice kick.
The bobbles, which Waterman's going to have to be brave, and was, and Penny got in there.
Well done, Waterman there, wasn't it?
2-4.
Awkward bounce, and he just comes, he puts his body on the line. And Kevin Penny, as we know, has got pace. He was herring down there on him.
He's out of there.
Well, a step here from Sanderson.
Good feet, Sanderson.
Well, it's lively, but it's very one-sided in terms of the scoreboard just at the moment, with very nearly 17 minutes played. From a neutral point of view, I think the game needs Swinton to score next, doesn't it? But Doncaster ain't going to be keen on that particular point of view. That's the 5th. Here comes the last. And Emmett is the man at dummy half, throwing it left to Cook. Cook with a kick that hits the heels of a Swinton player. Ormsby collects it a little shallower than he might have expected, but Cook's there to follow up his kick. And his tackle. Here's Hawkyard.
Move, Cooker, come on! Wait on this line, wait! Third goal.
Blundered forward by Holland. You could hear the grunt, couldn't you? As they hit each other. I don't think it was. I'm not sure it was defender or attacker. Here's Hawkyard again. Well, that's the 5th, so here comes the last.
Here, Cookie, hold it, timey.
Swinton, with 35 metres out here, is going to need something clever here from Watson.
Play on.
His chasers were very tight there. Penny's the man who's chasing after this. 2-4 underneath it. Caught it well, but in the field of play when he caught it. And Penny made sure he was going to be put down in the in-goal area.
He's made a couple of decent tackles, hasn't he, Kevin Penny, on the chase? You've got that kind of speed, you need to get there and execute the defensive play as well. And
he's timed this well, hasn't he? He knew he wasn't going to get there to compete for the football, so he just timed it well. So as soon as 2-4 got it, bang, puts him over. And he's earned his team an opportunity now. Good result there for Swinton.
So the drop back, they'll be looking for distance. Maybe not got as much as they would have wanted. Harvey collects it, throws it back on the inside to Riley, who throws himself into that chasing Doncaster line. For the first time this season, we shield our eyes from the sunshine. It's sunshine, fellas, we're looking at. We're not shivering in the cold. Big drive forward by Holland. Smith is the man at dummy half. It's Hawkyard who's missed and thrown out to this right side, and Ormsby will take them on.
He's out.
More as he got there.
I thought he did he score?
I thought he did at first, but
Got the screen, sir. Give us some excitement.
Well, he's going to give a head and feet. Have a look at this. Ormsby going for it. Oh, yeah, he's right. He's right.
Good
And
call,
he
touch
had a
judge.
bit of a juggle as well, I think.
Yeah.
Good call from the touch judge.
Excellent call from the touch judge. You two were jumping on him there, weren't you? Giving him a bit of...
Yeah, I
No,
thought he.
not at all.
I thought he might have just squeezed over there, but again, you know, there was not much doing there for Swinton on that short side, and again, Stuart Sanderson came flying in off his wing, and it gave the opportunity there. Good vision from Hawkyard to promote the football out there and hit Ormsby out wide. Unfortunate not to finish in the corner there, but some promising signs for Swinton.
I was going to say, we're seeing a lift now, aren't we? Swinton look as though they have joined this game now, don't they?
Yeah.
And Doncaster suddenly finding a
Shot there from Holland.
Riley's shoulder was certainly solid enough, wasn't it? Here comes Waller.
Oh, get that in.
Mark Smith, who hit the original... Oh, he's lost the ball. It was stolen.
Stolen. That's a fair call.
You're pulling on the ball.
Now Waller on Smith. Mismatch. Who wins this battle? Waller? No. Smith. Might have had some help off the big fella Tarui, to be fair.
Oh, that would be a tough call, that one.
Paul Cook with a touch finder.
So if you pull on the ball, it's going to be a penalty.
Need to defend their goal line well here, Swinton.
Onside.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's an important part of the game here.
Yeah, can't concede here.
Some effort being made by Matt Carbot, who's on from the interchange bench. It's Emmett, the man who stands behind him. A dummy half. Flicked inside. Surge by Trout. He's got a handful of Super League games. Carl Trout with Wakefield. Here's Waller! Well, he might have got over, but he left the ball behind. It's the advantage here, the knock-on. That's why the risk was being taken by Richie Hawkyard.
He's aware, isn't he? The live wire, Richie Hawkyard, looking for every opportunity.
He is. Yeah, sometimes, you know, this free play, boys, I don't know what you think. I mean, I think it's a great thing that, you know, gives an opportunity for something exciting to happen, but I think sometimes you've got to be smart and just take the tackle, and, you know, you can start to build your exit set there, get on the front foot there. Sometimes, you know, I think we see a lot of players now, as soon as they see the free play, they just kick it for the sake of kicking it.
Richie
Hawkyard had caught that, run 40 metres,
he was never going to do there, mate. Let's be honest, you know.
Are you trying to discourage open free play?
No, I'm not trying to discourage open free play. I'm just saying sometimes it's smarter to take the tackle. You get a one-on-one tackle. You get a quick play of the ball, then you start your set rolling.
So tell me why it's smarter. Is it because it's a zero tackle on an error? Is that why you get the extra play? Is that what you're saying? Or why wouldn't you try and expand the game and get a result out of it?
Here's Mark Smith going for a 40-20. He might have done the 40 part, but it's going to be a 28 in the end. So it will be head and feet to Doncaster here.
All I'm saying, Brian, is I think sometimes players kick for the sake of kicking. You know what I mean? When it's not even on, there's nothing even to exploit. There's no real opportunity.
Right, so what you're actually saying is if there's a few people in the frame and you make a pass play or you're trying to take advantage of that as an opportunity that you create, then all well and good. What you really want to say, what you really want to say is just don't kick the ball aimlessly.
Children, there's a rugby league.
That's true.
Let's watch the rugby league game. I love it when you two argue. Here comes Waller from standoff. Right, and a good flow as well. Here's Emmett now. Just a skip, and I think he might have hurt there. He just slipped fall over, didn't he?
He slipped over.
Emmett's been doing. He's been causing some problems in and around the rock.
Yeah, well, like I said, but he's been helped by his forwards running hard. You know, there's been a bit of push on the outside too, and it's allowed him to open now.
Here he comes again, Emmett. Right on cue. 20 metres away, Doncaster rolling forward again, looking ominous. Once more here, it's Spears on his second debut.
Short numbers this side, Swinton.
Left it comes Cook, the man to exploit that with a long pass. How about that? Hey, absolutely terrific. Stuart Sanderson, the man in at the corner, but Paul Cook with a pass you could pour on your strawberries. Absolutely delicious. How good was this?
It was good, and it's great vision, and it's that man again, the number 6. He saw the lack of numbers, and Sanderson just had to hold his chalk, hold his width, and with the quality of pass that Paul Cook scored, that's a great pass, great finish.
Good play. That's good rugby league, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic vision, execution of skill. And it's good to see a winger holding his width too.
And the ability of a half to see where there's an opportunity. As valuable as that.
Oh, it is. Well, you saw it up here, you called it, Brian, didn't you? They were short on this left side. The ball found Cook and he exploited it.
Well, 3 tries now for Doncaster, and 2 of them directly from his hands so far, long and short. Long and short of Doncaster's night tonight. And a chance for a third successive conversion here. He was in the Premier Sports Team of the Week, Paul Cook, wasn't he? He's 1 or 2 of these Doncaster players were after that terrific performance against Featherstone. So here comes Sanderson. Steadying himself. And he just kind of chips in. He's got an interesting kicking style, hasn't he? He kind of lobs it towards the goalposts, and he's done it 3 out of 3 times now, all successfully.
On the driver, it's like a 9-9, isn't it? Just chips it over.
Yeah.
You can see Cook's brilliance. Boom. Great width, though, discipline from the Doncaster players to keep their width and keep their shape.
Absolutely. What does Swinton have to do now, Brian?
To get the score, I know it sounds quite simplistic. There were element of impatience is the wrong word, but
Richie Hawkyard gets things going again with that big boot. And Swinton needing a bit of resolve down the middle here to prevent Doncaster getting downfield as quickly as they have at times tonight. Spin away by Spears. On dual registration, Natalie was telling us before, on dual registration here last year from Wakefield, but he actually signed for Dewsbury at the start of this year. Just signed again here for Doncaster this week. Here he is again. Spears, only 22. Powley was the man who's moved up to dummy half. Here comes Cook. There's a bit of a whole connection down the middle there between Powley and Cook. It's going to be caught by Hawkyard, and he's danger zone. He needs to get out there as quick as he can. All he can see is a wall of red. How good was that chase?
Great kick chase. And a great kick from Paul Cook again. You know, his kicking game tonight's been pretty exemplary. He's put the ball where he's wanted it to go. He's had it up high, as high as he can go. He's put it obviously in behind the line, and he's kicked for distance well too. So a big part of Doncaster's game tonight's been fantastic.
A couple of little runs from dummy half by Hawkyard, Richie Hawkyard. The younger brother of the two, down in the second row. Richie, the fullback tonight. Here's Smith. Watson. Now they've got a bit of width here, but quickly Cook's in the face of Ormsby to make sure he can't even think about passing. And Watson picking it up. Little dummy show, the ball's lost. It was 1-on-1, there was never any doubt of a ball steal. It was simply clumsy. And Liam Kay will have it back again here for Doncaster.
They're not helping themselves, are they, Swinton?
They don't need handling mistakes like that. So a few questions again being asked of this Swinton defence. Nearly a point a minute, just under a point a minute that Doncaster are scoring. Well, that looked a little forward, didn't it? Out of the hands of Waterman. 2-4's done well to keep it alive. Little spin over there by Cowling. And they're edging closer and closer here. Dummy shown by Spears. Here's Powley. On once again by Calvert. So the interchanges all working hard here, having come on the field. It's a threatened ball back on the inside by Cowling. The Swinton defence won't take it. He's lost it, has he here? Well, it is again an advantage as Hawkyard runs it away. They're still playing the advantage. And the referee decides, well, you might as well start from there. 0 tackle.
That was better. That was better. Take the tackle, play the play, and just kick it aimlessly.
You love being proved right, don't you?
Just saying. Just saying.
We're on the way to your testimonial dinner as well this next week or so, aren't we? So is this a sign that you're giving it all in at the end of the year?
No, it's not a sign that I'm giving all in. Thanks for asking, Dave. No, I've made a decision recently that I'm going to play another year. I certainly think there's...
I think that's a 40-20, is it?
Quite possibly, mate. Quite possibly. I think it is it? This could be the opportunity that Swinton have needed.
So you're going around another year, Hendo?
Yes, I've made a decision a few weeks ago, actually, that I'm going to do another season. I think I can definitely do another year at this level. And, you know, it's just a matter of time now just to try to put a deal together with my current club, Sheffield, just in talks at the moment, and hopefully get that sorted soon.
World Cup to look forward to at the end of the year as well, haven't you? Scotland?
Absolutely.
If selected,
which is
always the caveat. I'm sure you will be, mate. So Swinton with a fantastic position here. Head and feed, having got that 40-20 from another former international. Not another former international, another international who is now former, the Welsh international, Ian Watson. Here he comes. This now is Richie Hawkyard, almost ducking underneath.
It's game, isn't it? Game of the bantam cock, well, lad.
So Mark Smith over on this right-hand side.
Oh, trot on.
Get away, Ormsby. Ormsby's in. They have sneaked away over the line, and they've sneaked their way back into the game. Gene Ormsby, the scorer, and it's the first of the night for Swinton, and how relieved are they to get that one?
Yeah, I think Martin Ainscore's the architect here. I think Darren Hawkey has a cracking offload. You know, he goes straight to Ainscore. He's in traffic, and there's the awareness to get it to Ormsby. It's a great pass. He goes into traffic, goes into three. Cook can't wrap him up. Ormsby just has to dive over the line. So Martin Ainscore there, is the architect in chief for that one. And the 40-20, let's not forget that play.
Now the 40-20 is what gave him the field position and the opportunity.
You'd ban that play as well, wouldn't you? 40-20.
No way. No way. You've got to reward good kicking at times.
Not aimless kicking.
Kicking at the right time. Again, 40-20 is a skill, Brian. You've got to have the vision and the ability to kick.
Here's Craig Harvey, who's got an interesting tale to tell. He was at Warrington, packed it all in a couple of years ago because he went on to do an IT job in the oil industry. And then that man who knows him well decided he still had a role to play in rugby league and re-signed him here at Swinton. Here's a try.
It was a great pass from Ainscough, wasn't it? Ormsby had to be there, of course, but he's got his left arm free. And
well, the kick missed means it's 4 points for Swinton, 18 for Doncaster, so not a great impression made on that Doncaster lead, but it's a start.
Maybe an impression on the psyche, Dave. You know, that'll give Swinton some confidence, and they've shown touches at times on that, generally on the back of what Hawkyard does, isn't it? Richie Hawkyard jumps into the line and sparks them up, and something happens, and then Watson will find a kick, and Doncaster have looked the more positive side, haven't they?
Good footwork by Hawkyard on the first instance. Here comes Mills. David Mills. Well over 250 appearances for him now, isn't it, David Mills? Makes you feel old when he used to play against his dad, I presume. I certainly watched his dad play.
Shoulder.
Big Jim. Nick Smith waits at dummy half here. Patiently, as it happens. James Brown is the man who was struggling to his feet there. He's another who's on debut tonight. Smith. Watson. Wide it comes to Ainscough, who's created once here tonight. Little kick because he was running into a cul-de-sac. Ormsby's chasing this. It's an awkward bounce. Not for the first time tonight. Lee Waterman has shown real good courage to make sure he got there and got that ball.
Great bravery again from Lee Waterman to come across here. And again, he's no hesitation, has he? Just diving in and putting his body where it needs to go. And you need that from a fullback. You need a fullback to be brave in those sort of times.
That's why fullbacks are usually the good-looking guys, aren't they?
Go, good, third.
Noses bent all over the place. Oh, Smith shot out.
Smith there. Good contact.
8 minutes of the half remaining. Swinton 4, Doncaster 18. 3 tries to 1 for the visiting team. On this a night of knockout football. No way back. Quarter-finals of the Northern Rail Cup. Kick from Fawcett. Just splits the winger and the fullback. Kevin Penny is the man who collects it. Skipping back. But again, a good chase from the Doncaster line to make sure that He's not got too many yards to make before he finds solid contact.
27, you're off! 27!
Search made back towards that middle.
Good.
Smith
Provided. Come on, outside. Good. Wait.
Mills to his feet. Smith again. Brown tries to push it on. Made contact, but it's gone backwards. So when it's collected there, it's allowed to play on by Harvey. Oh, Mills couldn't keep a hold of it.
It's lacking a little bit of discipline with the ball, aren't they, Swinton? You know, they're trying to play catch-up football. There's still plenty of time on the clock, and we saw it earlier with one of the players made a half-break and tried to force the offload. It wasn't really on, and again there, you know, not too sure whether it was a bit of a pressure pass.
It's a bit of a philosophy of the team that they'll chance around, they'll play a bit of rugby, they'll try and make those things stick at the right time. They're really impressive, aren't they? As you say, when you...
It's Kay, the man who was dragged down. Here from dummy half goes Powley now. He's going to have a little run out there. Runs straight into Watson, a combination of Watson and Darren Hawkyard. So 30 yards is where he stops. Here's Sanderson now. Looks left and Cook is there. Again, the chance to make a little bit of an overlap happens. Spur, though, is tackled. A couple of tackles left in this set, though. Powley hands it on again. It's shown by Spears. Tries to take them on himself. And there's still a couple of tackles. Only 4 tackles gone. So here they come, a step right and left by Fawcett, but running into a gang of them. So he's not going to get through. This now is the last. It's Powley who puts it back to Hughes. Hughes behind the line to Waterman. Long way it goes. I think Ormsby might have got a touch there. Well, if he did, it wasn't intentional. The referee decides, and it is a handover.
I think that was the right call as well.
I think so. I think he tried to play it at this. Let's have a look.
Hits his chest on it.
You reckon?
Got in his chest. Sort of the ball sort of through into him. Don't get me wrong, he was getting in between the defenders to try and make something happen, but I don't know if he actually played his football.
See it from the other angle. Love to see it from the other angle.
Me too.
5 minutes of the half remaining. Still Swinton 4, Doncaster 18.
Oh, good shot. Who was that?
If you keep running up and dummy half, we're going to make that happen to you. I think that's the message there. Here comes Mills. Oh, and a good offload as well. Keeps it lively. Hawkyard. Ritchie. Hawkyard.
Good shot from Nathan Powley there.
Great shot.
Textbook.
Wakes up in the morning and wonders why his ribs are hurting. That's another
40-20.
Is it? He's going to the video for this one.
Referee is not sure. He wants the video decision on this. So it's back to Peter Brook again. 40-20 not here, Peter.
Having a look, see if he's behind the line, looking for the standing foot. We'll just check that one again, just to see whether his foot is actually on the line.
What are you saying?
And pause it as he kicks the ball.
Checking now, mate.
Okay. The foot looks like it's on the line. Okay, so got the decision. Yeah, we've got the decision. It'll be... Okay, Chris, it's a scrum Doncaster. His foot was just on the line.
Yeah, foot on the line. Right, foot on the line. Scrum down, Donny ball.
Oh, he's not going to be happy, is he? Mark Smith certainly isn't happy.
Mark Smith, he's trying his best to change his mind. Are you sure?
Take James ball in.
Not my decision, Mark. Not my decision.
Jeez, that would have been a big play for Swinton there just before half-time.
I know it's all about, you know, balance and all the rest of it, but I mean, he hit the 20 by a distance, didn't he? It was more of a 40-10. So he could have kicked it a yard earlier. So here we have a look again. We'll have a look again in just a second, I think, on that. But anyway, Doncaster looking to bring it clear once more. Now have a look at this. Foot on the line. Oh, just.
Don't kick out.
It's a run from dummy half again by Powley.
Smith there last. No penalty.
5 short of the halfway line. 5 tackles gone. Here comes the last. Cook is the man. Oh, he's under a lot of pressure there. Terrific pressure.
That's the first time he's been under pressure.
Matt Sarsfield came from nowhere.
Yeah, great work, Matt Sarsfield. That's a big play from Sarsfield there. Almost like a quarterback sack there, wasn't it?
And listen what that's done to the atmosphere. Lifted the Swinton fans. Where have they come from? Swinging the noise. Here's Penny. Having a little bit of a step and a skip forward. Smith at dummy half. Watson on his right-hand side. Dummies a couple, then throws on that pass.
Loose offload.
It's loose, it's knocked on.
2 knock-ons.
Both ways.
Come down, Swinton ball.
Yep.
2 knock-ons.
He gets away with it. You know, and I know, Brian, you pointed out before that, you know, Swinton have got this element of playing and they like the, you know, they like the chance their arm and all that sort of stuff. Look, I'm all for playing football, you know. You've got to promote the ball, you know, we want to see that. But again, it's got to be measured, you know. And this is the problem, I think, with Swinton. Just some of their decisions, you know, when to offload and how they're offloading, and they're not measured. Some of the passes are pressure passes. It's just not happening at the right time for them.
There's Rhys Williams.
Hold on, Dennis.
First take in.
Go.
It's, here's the young lad from Queens, James Brown, making his debut. One-time Rhinos Academy.
Come on, mate, all the way.
There's of a musical bent. Very thrilled that we've got a James Brown on the field tonight.
Brian Noble's happy about it.
There comes Darren Hawker.
Let's hope he stays on the scene.
Let's hope nobody doesn't do his impression. Here comes Watson again, spinning it away. Swinton have got an overlap here if they can use it. 2-4 came rushing out to try and close things down. He might have done enough. He might have done enough to make...
Should he have passed to the wingman out there?
Williams up, and down this blind side. They're going to run. Craig Harvey is over.
Game on, boys.
Terrific effort from Craig Harvey down that blind side. Real gamble to take that route. But the long shot has paid off. Down that short side, Swinton back in it again.
Great dummy. Throws 2-4 out of the way and tries his best to get back into the game 2-4, but Harvey gets in over. Get the ball down. Boom. Well done.
Sends them both the same way, didn't he?
Did. Kevin Penny's happy.
Well, he could have possibly scored the play before Kevin Penny if Rhys Williams had promoted the football out to him. He possibly could have got a try in the corner, but big play from this young lad, Craig Harvey. Great dummy, wasn't it?
So here he comes, left-footed. Oh, he's got that, hasn't he? Oh, he's not, he's hit the post. It looked all the money. It was going through, but he's hit the post. So they're still short of converting any of their tries, but 18-8 the scoreline now.
Here's where the ball maybe should he have gone out to Penny. Maybe not. That's a great dummy.
It's a great dummy. But at the end of the day, you know, you'd probably challenge as a coach, Brian, that, you know, markers there, you both got to take the step either side, and you know, if he does, if 2-4 does that, he might have stopped that play.
Well, they've been 2 difficult kicks, haven't they? One from either wing. But what a difference if they'd both gone over, because it would have been a one-score game, wouldn't it, with half-time looming?
Oh, this game's far from done. I think that's enough to give Swinton the confidence and the impetus to go in at half-time and fancy the game.
Absolutely.
There's Mills with a drive. Smith at dummy half. Forward they come again, searching for a bit of ground. Downfield if they can. Smith. Well, that is it. The hooter sounds at half-time, and it's certainly looking a lot better for Swinton than it was in the 17th minute. Doncaster maybe have a bit of rethinking to do. They led 18-0 at one stage, but the tries for Ormsby and Harvey have made it a much more competitive game right